Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Corporate Commander TFW, and I'm joined yet again, or once again, by the one and only Mr. Mikey. Hello, Mikey. How's it going this week?
I am Jason.
No, you're not.
I am Jason. American toys. Grid man.
Nailed it. It's like he's right here with me.
I am the Jason.
Of the Kirk.
I like Star Trek and wrestling. Except I don't like wrestling. I started watching wrestling separately as part of a Star Trek thing. Synergy. Jason.
Emma Jason.
Emma Jason.
How's it going,
why
Mikey?
Not a fucking toy of that yet. Hi. I'm back.
You're back. It's been a while. You've been away for some time, so hopefully you've got some fun things to talk about this week.
One or two.
Oh, very good. We do have Transformers news. It's even more devoid than last week, which I'm surprised about, but that's just how the cookie crumbles, as cookies are wont to do. Right?
What are you doing with your cookies?
I'm crumbling them.
Have you ever tried eating them?
No, you crumble them, then you eat them like dust. Or you snort them.
Ah, I see where you're going wrong.
You snort cookies.
All that sugar directly to your brain.
I learned it from Cookie Monster. That's how you get the next cookie high. Cookie Monster with a spoon and a lighter with a cookie on top. Injecting it into his furry veins. There's something to think about.
Think of that, children. Think of that long and hard.
As the Cookie Monster's flicking his veins, just like, that's a good one. Oh, yeah, fuck yeah.
I'm running out of veins.
Gotta go between the cookie toes. Actually, do the Sesame Street Muppets have toes?
I know some of them had, like, extra parts for shots of their feet.
Yeah, because I asked specifically because before Unicron came along, there was going to be the Cookie Monster life-size thing, wasn't there? And he did have feet. I can't remember if he had toes.
Well, I'm assuming so. It would look rather weird to have him fluffy, big square block feet.
Well, I was thinking like maybe they would have just shaped them to be like, the generic shoe shape. It's not actually a shoe. It's just like if your foot happened to be inside of a shoe, that kind of curved shape to it, rather than he has individual toes.
Well,
maybe he's ninja and he has two toes.
Maybe. But the important thing is he failed.
What do you mean he failed? Oh no, no, he didn't fail. He was killed. He was devoured by a greater devourer. Cookie Monster only devours cookies. Unicron devours planets. Rock, paper, scissors, Mikey. But this week, we're here to talk about some crappy stuff at first. We're going to start off with some Hallmark fluff balls. Mikey, you and I both know that you like to hold your fluff balls every now and again.
Give him a good squeeze.
As you do. So, if I was to hand you an Optimus Prime one and a Bumblebee one, of no discernible series, but I'm assuming G1-ish E, in quotations, would you be interested, especially at the low price of $6, or specifically $5.99?
No.
I cannot guarantee you the size of these big furry balls, or fluff balls I should say, but
so they could just be fluffy balls, not necessarily big fluffy balls.
Exactly, they could be tennis sized, they could be football sized. I don't think they're football sized, but they could be. They don't look it though.
Wonder if that balding girl on Twitter gonna contact her lawyer about this.
What?
What?
What? What are you reading?
The first comment on the scroll down, which is the last comment in the thread.
The balding girl on Twitter is going to... What? That's a very strange comment. I don't get it. Maybe it's better that we don't get it.
Yeah, you're weird, and you're weird. That's
yeah. Well, Mikey, both of these little fluff balls seem to be... Bumblebee less angry than Prime. Prime seems to be very...
Prime is not happy about his situation.
No, he's really not. Bumblebee seems to be ready for battle. I think is the term you'd use for him. So do you think we're going to get a Megatron and Soundwave, a Starscream fluffball to battle it out?
It's possible, but since these are probably like meant for Christmas, which means it's like, oh, Christmassy stuff, because that's how Hallmark always comes out with crap around this time of year.
That's true.
I would say Optimus and Bumblebee are probably more likely.
It doesn't say that they are Christmas decorations, though. Oh, it
True.
says a great gift or decoration for Christmas, but I don't see like a little hook to put them on a tree.
Maybe like throw them at children and they just stick
I,
them.
I, to be honest, I was thinking of an adult just like throwing them like a baseball at a child's face.
Like they're actually like a cover that goes over a baseball or something.
Oh no! Oh, do not throw baseballs at children's faces. That will do some damage.
All I'm not hearing a no.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
No. If I don't hear no, it means yes.
Okay. I mean, you are free to do what you want, but it's not my responsibility. I don't think there's much else to say about fluffballs. They're a thing that exists that you may or may not want. I would assume less so than more so.
Yes.
Mikey, take us on to something of value, of use.
Yes, so Shockwave Lab have revealed their SL61 upgrade kit for Generation Select Star Convoy. So this is, of course, the Power of the Prime leader Optimus retooled into Star Convoy. And this is a kit to give him an LED light-up matrix that works just by pressing it into the chest and presumably can still be used to shoot bullets. And gives you filler panels for his upper thighs. So these are just a couple of panels that they come on sprues. You stick him in between his thighs, you rub his thighs, and then they go in, and then he's like, oh, yeah, and then his chest lights up. Yeah, and the Matrix works perfectly with the current setup. There's no issue of it, like, being damaged or damaging the toy. And yeah, we don't have a price for these yet, but Andy.
Yes.
Do your thighs need filling?
I always think so, because I think, especially on places where it's very visible and the inner thigh for this Optimus Prime is very visible. I think the thigh panels are the most important thing of the set. I personally, myself, wouldn't care about a light-up matrix, as it's something that's going to be probably covered most of the time in your display, I would assume. But those thighs would always be exposed, so covering them up is quite important, at least to me anyway, and especially with the toys that we're getting more and more often. There's a lot of these corners being cut, so a lot of places are hollow and visible hollow, which is a bit of a shame. At least I think, because it makes the toy look cheaper.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, would you agree with that? Do you I mean,
yeah,
I assume you probably aren't as caring about thigh fillers as me?
Not as much, I will admit. For me, the whole thing is I just hope this isn't priced too hard. We don't know the price of it, but
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. I'd be worried the LED matrix is in there because it'll allow them to bump up the price. But I think that if this is something that really bothers you, it's a good thing to have. Optimus doesn't bother me that much. The toy coming up does. I think it actually makes a big difference to the aesthetic.
Yes.
But the Star Convoy Optimus mold, it doesn't bother me so much there. But I think it's good to have the options. And yeah, one thing I'm hoping that what we're seeing are prototypes, because it looks like they've been done in Shapeways plastic, and I'd like to see it done in like production quality.
That'd be nice, yeah. I mean, it's hard to say until these actually come out, but like you say, I don't think we have a release date either, or a price, do we?
No.
Okay, yeah, so hopefully it'll be a bit tidier when it comes out. I mean, maybe you'd be able to just print out the thigh pieces yourself if you have a 3D printer or someone who happens to have one. It'd save you a bit of money and maybe not get the thing you might not want. I may as well take us over quickly to the 115 Utopia, the YYW-03 upgrade kit for Siege Impactor, as you alluded to, Mikey. This also has thigh fillers, but are much more important, I would say. But there are a few different things here as well as thigh fillers. I'll go through the bits. You get leg fillers to represent with respective connectors, so you can have them attached and it still works with the transformation. That's good and very important, I would say. You get two different colors, so you get grey ones and you get yellow ones, depending on what look you prefer. The grey ones, I think, are for the comic book, while the yellow are more toy accurate, I think it is. No, it's the other way around. It's the comic is yellow, but the little box art has him with grey for whatever reason. And he also comes with, what's the other thing? What's the other thing he comes with? He's got some other stuff.
I don't necessarily know what they're for. They're not figured on the pictures.
Were they for the gun? Is that what they're for?
Did a gun need fillers?
I don't know. Well, it doesn't look like they're fillers. It just looks
Maybe
like
they're extenders or something.
I don't think it is. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. He does have some things for the back as well. I don't know whether it's for the legs or if it's just for his back. But that's it. Again, there is, like with the previous story Mikey had, there's no indication of how much it's going to cost or when it's coming out. Mikey, how do you feel about this upgrade kit? Because, again, it's on the inner thigh or the inner legs, at least, which take up a big portion of the figure.
Yeah.
And once again, are very obvious.
This guy's design has been suffering from these big leg gaps since he was revealed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think filling these in is a big deal. To be honest, I think it's kind of, for me, mandatory if you get the toy.
What's your preferred colour? Grey or yellow?
Yellow.
Yeah, I like the yellow more as well. It fits better.
But yeah, no, I think this is a kind of a must-have if you're getting this toy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hey, it's not Shockwave Lab. It's nice to have another company doing these kind of things.
What Impactor did you prefer? I can't remember. Did you prefer the one with the nice smooth head, or did you like the more angular head?
I prefer the angular IDW style head, but that's not the one that went out in mass retail. So
no, it was it was the smooth one that went out in the box set, and it was the angular one that went out for mass retail.
The IDW one is in the box set, and I know because I've been watching reviews. Yeah. So the smooth one is the one. Yeah, the smooth one is. Are you talking the original style head or the IDW head? That's much easier to remember than smooth or pointy. Because when I think pointy, I think big chins, and I think big chins when I think IDW.
Oh, I meant his actual yellow part of his head is smooth.
I don't remember that bit. I remember the face, but I don't remember the head design.
Yeah, the actual head shape is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because for the mass retail one, it's got the flat ends, the flat edge to the yellow for a lot of it, while the box set one has that more smooth Roman helmet design to it. And has the stupid Decepticon insignia on it as well, which is still weird.
That is definitely weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody preferred that one for the most part and would have liked that one, but they put that in the box set that no one really wanted for the most part. Mikey, do you want to take us on to our next bit of our first bit of Japanese news?
Yeah, so Takara Tomy are having a bit of an interesting one. So on their Twitter, they shared images revealing their participation in a railway story in the sky. So this is an event which involves a corporation, JR7 companies, Tokyo Metro, Tokyo Metropolitan Bureau of Transportation, and a bunch of others, showing off the sort of the rich culture of the railway in Japan, where it is a much bigger cultural milestone than it is over here.
Yeah, because their trains are really good.
Yeah. And that's why, like, trains show up in a lot of Japanese fictions, and in a way it doesn't show up here.
Yeah.
Like, they have entire toy lines based around trains. Transforming ones. One that turned into an Eva.
Tokuja as well, which was a mediocre Sentai series, but was trains. So I imagine did quite well in Japan?
No, badly.
Did it? Oh, okay.
A lot of
it would
Sentais,
be an easy sell.
A lot of Sentai's doing badly.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
Yeah, it's not doing so hot the last few years. So this one, Takara Tomy is taking part. They will be showing off Raiden, the headmaster combiner of the I'm tripping over my tongue tonight. The train bots, Kaien, Getsui, Seizan, Shoki, Suiken, and Yukikaze. I believe Grimlock is in there in the Star dub. Yeah. So, of course, he's a combiner that's never been released over here, made up of 6 trains. In the show, he was kind of the rival of Predaking. And yeah, they're going to show him off as part of the display. Presumably other toy companies are doing the same thing. However, they also said they will be announcing a new project involving this combiner at the exhibition.
Ooh.
So this is going to be taking place on the 52nd floor in the Mori Arts Center Gallery and Sky Gallery in Tokyo on December 3rd to March 22nd. Now, obviously, we don't know what the story is, a reissue, whatever, but it does have to be said, Raiden is one of the only combiners not to have a Japanese release in the Combiner Wars style.
Yeah, I think that's right at this point.
Yeah, like there's Lio Kaiser, but if we're looking at like the basic, easy enough to do ones,
yeah,
he's the only one. I would be interested if it was a reissue even. I think the train box are a cool design, but if they could do a generation style one, I think that would be real cool.
Though the idea of a reissued G1 would be incredibly impressive and alluring to people, because that boy is who he's not Dinobots cassettes level, but he's expensive. He's hard to get.
You will say goodbye to your money if you speak to him. You will say goodbye to it.
I think Wayne has him, you know.
Yeah. That's because Wayne has no sense.
Fucking boom, Wayne. Jesus.
What you gonna do, boy?
Damn.
What you gonna do? You with your trains. Know what trains are good for? Taking people places. Why don't you get out of my face?
Oh, damn.
Yeah. What? Well, yeah. Yeah. I've got nothing else. Anyway. I mean, I think this is overall neat, even if we didn't get anything out of it. I think I always like it when Transformers takes part in sort of cultural stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, any extra thoughts yourself?
Well, I'm entitled, so I like to get things out of things. So I definitely would like to see, and because I'm selfish, I would like to see something come of this for the consumer at the very least. Because again, like I say, I think it would be nice to see, would be neat to see Raiden get something, whether it's like I said before, a reissue, which would be very appreciated, or a Generations Combiner Wars kind of figure. That would also be kind of neat. So I'd be down for either of those two options, really.
Yeah. Even
a Kabaya kit. Though I think the Kabaya kits are dead at this point, aren't they?
Yeah, they're pretty much died off.
Yeah. What was the last one they did? Diatlas, right?
Maybe. Hang on, let's see.
I think it was. I think they did Big Powered, and that was the last one. But could be... Oh, was it Bruticus? I don't know. I can't remember.
Did they do Bruticus?
Yeah, they definitely did Bruticus.
I'm just getting pictures of the sword bots up. That's not what I'm looking for.
Sword bots. Bots
the
who is
sword bots. The sword bots.
Boo doo doo boo.
Oh, Flame Toys finally has a wiki page.
Hey, cool.
It only took forever.
Oh.
Doesn't look like they did Diatlas? Who do I know they did?
I'm sure they did Diatlas.
They did Star Saber, didn't they?
Yes.
Or did they?
Yes, they did.
I'm nearly certain they did Star Saber. This is just gonna be... Who are you?
I don't know what she did.
Is that what that is? Transformers Gum.
Always important.
Yeah. The Kabaya. There we go. Modern Products. The Transformers Gum series.
Less impressive than saying the Kabaya series, isn't it?
I suppose it's because they came with gum.
That's true.
The last one they did was Laster, Braver, and Blacker.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Back in 2013, they did Overlord, Blacker, and a support mecha. Laster.
I didn't think it would be that.
Who died? Who died, Andy? Someone died.
It was a tail that fell off.
No.
It's gone back on. It's okay.
Save the tail.
The tail's fine.
They also... they did a... do you know what? I tell a lie. In 2015, they did King Poseidon.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
And they also... Oh, I know. They also did the sword bots in Kabaya form.
Ah, right.
That's why
I get you.
Yeah. But yeah. But nothing since 2015.
Lame. Shall I move us on though, Mr. Mikey?
Please do.
Right. Bumblebee movie model kits by Trumpeter. That's right. If you looked and you said, hey, I would like to get a model kit version of Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Shatter, Blitzwing, and Soundwave from the Bumblebee movie, well, we have prototypes that were shown at a convention. I didn't. Where was it said? Where does it say? It said via the Capcom Kai on Instagram. whatever that is. So according to the first reports, these figures are going to be around 15 to 10 centimeters tall, so not super big. And the trumpeter is known by their detailed military kits, which are apparently on the market. So that's kind of interesting. I guess that's the kind of people you want doing the movie style stuff.
Yeah.
Since, movies are very realistic, I guess, in their kind of greebly nonsense. So we have the images of these model kits. What do you think of them, Mikey? Because they don't stand out to me as being amazing in terms of the base look of them. Maybe they'll look obviously a lot better painted up, but I'm just kind of looking at them, kind of judging the proportions and going,
a little off, I have to admit. Like,
Bumblebee certainly.
Bumblebee looks buffer than he should, and he also looks way too big.
Yeah, he looks like a little gorilla robot.
Yeah, Soundwave and Blitzwing look okay, although Soundwave looks a little simple. But I think some of that's just the color. Shatter looks like Shatter, yay. But why is it base muscle car Shatter and not triple changer Shatter?
Have you noticed how hippie she is as well?
She's very, very hippie. I don't remember her being that hippie.
No.
And it's a model kit. They can do what they like.
Yeah.
So she's quite slight. She's got powerful thighs, but her thighs are not quite so broad.
Yeah, like her hips are like really far out. I think it's because also that they go above her abdomen as well. It's that kind of design, which is weird because, like you said, these things. I don't think these are going to transform, so it never has to worry about doing that as a thing.
You know what? I'm looking at a picture of her now, and the last one I was looking at, she was in motion, standing still. She does have quite sticky, outy thighs.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, but again, why doesn't she have all the plain kibble? Why would you do this?
Because then you could do a slight remold.
Yeah, but it's a model kit, so it won't be a slight remold. It'll be basically a whole new figure, bar like legs and arms.
Yeah, potentially.
But hey, I like Shatter, so I'm all up for any representation of her in fiction and toys.
But would you buy her because you are known now to buy Transformer model kits?
I do like those. I'm getting into model kits in general, to be honest. I nearly bought a Gundam last week. It was just I didn't have the money handy.
I'll ask about that later then.
Didn't buy it. I nearly bought it, and then I came back thinking like maybe I will get it, and it had been sold. Actually, I nearly bought a Gundam action figure.
Oh, the Universe ones.
Yeah, and I was just sort of staring at it and going like, maybe I should get this, and I'm realizing you only want this because it's an action figure that you're seeing in a shop.
Which one was it?
It's the RX.
Oh, okay, the Granddaddy Gundam.
Yeah,
okay.
And I'm just like, I don't even like your design that much. But yeah, I think these look solid enough. I just want to see them painted, or colored rather. And I want to know, like, okay, so they do military grade kits. How does that that translates into detail? It does not necessarily translate into action figure.
That's true, yeah, because as far as I'm aware, Mikey, military vehicles aren't very posable.
No, like, if you get a tank that swivels, you're happy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, rotor blades on a helicopter, they gotta spin.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Preferably. Maybe they don't have to, but preferably they spin. Well, Mikey, do you want to take us on to the last bit of news for this week?
So yeah, we have TFcon DC 2019's exclusive Ocular Max PS01R Sphinx Regenesis. So Sphinx is, of course, their version of a G1 style masterpiece Mirage, and Sphinx Regenesis is a presumably G2E, going by the font they've used. Because I'm not super familiar with all of the G2 guys.
Yeah, this was an unproduced one.
Yeah, an unproduced G2 Mirage, which is basically lime and pink.
Oh, yes.
Looking very, very evil.
Yeah, the face is weird.
Yeah, he has an alligator down one side, and he is covered in crocodile bits. For some reason.
Well, stickers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're meant to look like weird scales. Which is, it was interesting.
I'm assuming it's a tampo, not a sticker?
Oh, yeah. When I say sticker, I do mean tampo.
Yeah. But yeah, he looks bizarre, but that's kind of the point.
Mhm.
So he's going to be available from ages 3 and up, boot at $110, and the event, of course, is taking place October 25th to 27th, so it'll be next weekend, I think.
Mhm.
Andy, what's your thoughts on this, young man?
Well, for the most part, I hear good things about the Ocular Max line. I don't know how well the Mirage did, but I assume it's done as well as their other stuff. I think the strangest thing is the face. Just because it's so not Mirage, and I can't remember, because obviously this is a recolor of their Sphinx. I can't remember if the head for Sphinx looked more like Mirage than this, or if this is a slightly new head design. Because if it's a slightly new head design, that's kind of nice.
I think it's the same head.
Is it?
I think so.
Okay.
I think they were going for something like more Marvel comic-y.
Oh.
I think. Don't quote me on it.
Okay. If that's true, then okay, fine. Because it doesn't look like Mirage, and usually when they do these things, they try and make them as close to the real thing as possible. I mean, it works quite well here because it makes him more of a unique character. I'd say slap a Decepticon insignia on him because of that face. It makes him look hella evil. But I really like it. I love the colors and how poppy and aggressively painful they are to the eyes. And I love how his little driver, who's I'm guessing a hologram. Yeah, like from Red Dwarf back when it was good. Looks like a gummy figure just because he's translucent. So it looks like you can pop it out and just like chew on it and then put it back in.
He does look a tad chewable.
Yeah. No, I like it quite a bit. What about you, Mike? Granted, I say that. It is expensive as well, but that's, third party exclusive price, so I think that's fine for what it is.
I think it looks fine. I think it looks fun. I think the colors really make it. I think it changes the nature of it quite a bit in terms of personality. It looks evil. It looks like the bad guy Mirage.
It's certainly 90s evil, not like 2019's evil.
Which is no bad thing. Which is
no.
I ain't complaining about that. No, I think it turned out pretty well.
Mm-hmm. It's got that very do you remember? You probably don't remember this. Eco-Force from G.I. Joe.
No, I don't actually.
Yeah, the Eco-Force were a line where they were all in very, very, very bright colors, and you also got Play-Doh, or Play-Doh-like substance. So you put a clamshell around them with the Play-Doh inside, and you had like this Play-Doh armor on them, and they also came with giant monsters to fight.
Yeah,
which was quite nice. It's that kind of aggressive color scheme, so I think it's really neat. I think it's really cool, and would probably taste delicious. But that's all of our news for this week, Mr. Mikey. But I did want to ask you things because you haven't been here for the past 2 weeks. Specifically, I wanted to ask you about New York Comic Con and Earthrise. Also, you could, if there was anything outside of the Transformers at New York Comic Con that tickled your pickle.
Didn't really keep track of any of it, to be honest.
That's fine. I don't think me nor Jason really had a lot to say either for the most part. But what did you think of Earthrise and the 4 deluxe Cyberverse figures, because they were actually shown?
Cyberverse looks good.
Yeah.
Looks like a big improvement.
Do you have hope that they'll do more of the line?
I kind of hope they do, because 4 figures is not going to do them much good in the long run. Yeah, I'd also like to see like Voyager scale figures, and I don't think I'd want Leader in that for those designs.
What do you think of McAdam?
Cool. I really like the idea of McAdam. I think that's a great idea.
Who else would you do then for build figures? Yeah, me and Jason said that. Would there be anybody else that would like that you could think of off the top of your head?
I'm trying to think who's in the show who like someone I like who I'd like RC because I'd want a figure of her more than I'd want a transforming figure of her.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Because I think that would compromise her design, and I like her design.
Yeah, I could see that. I guess that makes sense.
Anyone else?
Lugnut? Would you prefer Lugnut and Lockdown to have live?
Clobber, whatever we're going to call her. Because we can't call her Lugnut, even though clearly she's Lugnut and is called Lugnut in several regions. Ergo, you originally were planning to call her Lugnut, and then you chickened out.
Yeah.
Lockdown, not so much. I do like Lugnut, Clobber, whatever you want to call her. I'm just trying to think. Like, a lot of the characters in there are getting like they'd just be like, oh, you could do like I'd want Soundwave to get a proper deluxe.
Yeah, agreed. Totally.
I'd want Grimlock to get a Voyager. I'd want Optimus to get a Voyager. I'm just trying to think because you know what they could do? The generics.
As Build-A-Figures? Yeah, because they probably don't even transform.
No, they don't. They're just there. And I think it would be really nice. Just, hey, here's your Build-A-Figure, and it's it's not really Troop Builder per se, but it's a character from the fiction you're never going to get a transforming toy of.
Okay.
So, yeah. Anyone from the series that you would want to see?
Soundwave. Bludgeon would be nice, but technically Bludgeon's very similar to his RID design.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the RID design, let's be honest.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah. As for Earthrise, I would say my feelings are mixed.
Okay.
First of all, War for Cybertron trilogy. Second series. Earth-based G1 vehicles.
Yep.
Which basically means the comics are fucked.
I'm interested to see what happens there.
Brian Ruckley explodes, crying on the floor, just like,
get him to Earth, Brian. Get him to Earth now.
Of all the writers, he is someone I don't know how he'd handle and now you need to change your long-term plan.
Yeah.
But no, I'm pacing this for a reason. So there's that, like, hey, that wheeljack looks decent. But hey, remember all those people who were super excited to see their boxy G1 wheeljack? Screw you. We told you it was coming. We did literally say it is coming. But screw you. The Micromasters as well are a mixed bunch. Why is one a shield? Or a ramp?
It's both. It's both a bit of flooring and a shield, which is terrible.
It's not a good design either.
No.
I like the new weaponizer.
Which one was that?
I can't load something.
Hang on, weaponizer. Is that the one that turns into the Ironworks?
Ironworks. That's it.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't sure if you meant the Micromasters that turned into a gun or something. No, they're Battlemasters. That's right.
He turns into like a tower and then breaks down into like. I really like his design. I think it's quite neat. I like that Cliff Jumper is getting a toy that's not a Bumblebee.
Sure. Yeah.
Even if like everything else here, it's very, very safe. And then I kind of start losing my temper, like with two of them specifically. Grapple is fine, but boring because all of this is basically, hey, you know the designs we've been using for the last 5 years? Here are the designs we've been using for the last 5 years. And then Optimus and Starscream happen. I literally just jump out the window screaming.
Yeah. To be fair with Grapple as well, he's an easy redo into Inferno. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was a factor as well.
I would say that's a large factor. But again, I hate those two toys.
You mean Starscream and Prime?
That one, Prime is a Voyager. Actually, Prime is a retool of the Siege Voyager with a trailer that is going to be sold at leader prices.
Is he?
Yes.
Is that actually a thing, or is this just you assuming?
This is something I looked up.
Oh no.
He's reusing parts from the Siege, and he is Voyager scale because he is
definitely
big.
No.
And hey, I'm not paying an extra $20 for a cheap ass trailer.
Yeah.
Because fuck that.
But Mikey, he's not $450. He is nearly $500.
All right. So are you saying people who bought the Masterpiece are idiots then and should have held out?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Jobby.
Yeah, Jobby. Swivel man. But
I'm not saying that.
Yeah. And then Starscream, who is a very G1, like a more G1 version of the Classics toy. And by which, I mean, they took the Classics toy and basically stripped as much of its individuality as they could while scaling it up.
Yeah, they just and use the if I recall the Henkai color scheme as well.
Yeah, and even the posing from some of the old promo art.
No, really?
Yeah.
Oh no!
I hate this because creativity is dead in Transformers, in my opinion, right now. We used to get new takes on characters. We used to get fresh designs. We used to get reuses. Even going back as far as Titan's Return, at least we were getting like Optimus was getting a. Like, oh, here's a take on the Power Master. Here's a take on G2. And even then, G2 was basically just G2, but we gave it a plain mode. And then Power of the Primes happened, and everyone stopped trying. And I genuinely, like, that is... Power of the Primes happened, and people stopped trying, whether it was gimmicks. And then that fecking conversation of it's a masterpiece fill-in. Or it's a masterpiece replacement.
That 100% started at HasCon. You remember when they showed that Power of the Primes Optimus Prime for the first time, and they said he's master grade,
masterpiece grade, but not masterpiece prices.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh
no!
And,
that's when it started.
Everyone said when he came out, "Oh my god, he's a great replacement for Masterpiece Optimus Prime." And then Siege came out, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, that's a great replacement for Masterpiece Optimus Prime." And now this is coming out, and people are going like, "Oh, it's a great replacement for Masterpiece Optimus Prime, and it's a leader." No, it's not.
No.
It's a Voyager, and it's a lie. And I don't want a box. I never want the trailer. No. Ever. Like, the Starscream as well, like, hey, didn't you just get this robot? Didn't you literally just get this robot, but with worse paint? Because I looked at this, and I didn't realize it was a new mold until I started looking at it in detail.
No, yeah. I mean, it seems to almost be 100% following the transformation.
Like, okay, you're doing the same characters, but do different designs at least. I am sick of this.
Yeah.
If I was buying a lot of these toys, can you imagine how samey my shelf would be for the last 3 years?
Well, isn't that the joke? I mean, people partially joked about like picking up Transformers and putting them in the bin, and now it's almost become a thing, right? Because
people
there
are
is
filming that now. That is the thing to film.
But at this point, at least in my opinion, in this with these toys specifically, there is more reason to almost do that because they're so similar. It's not like I feel that you could sell a past one because a past one is not unique. So a person potentially, there's always going to be differences here. But someone who's like, oh, I would like to get an Optimus Prime figure. Oh, I don't want that one. It looks exactly the same as the new one, but the new one's better just because it's got all these features. Yeah,
but like the other thing is, hey, I want an Optimus Prime figure, but I don't want that one because it's exactly the same as the one I already have. Why would I spend money? Because I wouldn't spend money to get that Optimus. Not only does it look exactly the same, it's a retool.
Yeah.
And I at least, especially since they never went proper into the War for Cybertron thing, where they never went proper into the Cybertronian vehicle mode.
No, it's disgusting how they danced around it.
So now it's like, hey, you wanted a G1 Optimus? After getting your G1 Optimus, here's your G1 Optimus.
Yeah.
G1. Hey. We don't get Bumblebee. We don't get Wheeljack, the two people really wanted to see in those modes.
Oh, in Cybertron. Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
Yeah. Like, we don't get some of the crazier stuff, like, at least with, like, we got some mad stuff like Shockwave, but nope, you don't get that anymore, you get G1. Except Megatron the Tank. Who will look, like, right now, there is only one G1 Optimus and Megatron who has any interest to me as a figure, and that's the cel-shaded ones, because that's the Devastation ones.
Okay.
And I really like that paint scheme. But this is just so off my radar. I could not imagine picking up either of those two toys. And they're really souring my experience with the rest of the designs. Because all I'm seeing is G1 design, G1 design, G1 design.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I honestly, it just, especially since there doesn't seem to be a lot of innovation in transformation anymore either. These just seem stagnant. It feels to me like Transformers has hit a creative stagnant point.
Me and you were talking about this before we started the show, and it kind of did happen around, like you say, the Power of the Primes line. As soon as Generations had, as we said before the show, Inferno massively different, but you could still tell it was Inferno, and he still turned into a fire truck. But the design was completely different. It wasn't G1, it was its own unique thing. Now, granted, as well, there were their own characters in there who were trying to be G1-y as much as they could, like, say, Thunderwing. Again, like I say, as much as they could. But, they could have done something like what they did with Thunderwing, but with the rest of the Pretenders as well. But we haven't gone down that route.
Yeah. I mean, I could see myself one day picking up the Power of the Primes Optimus because I like the gimmick.
Yeah, maybe. But even when he was on sale, I thought he was a bit expensive for what he was.
Yeah.
But that's a personal thing, obviously.
He won't be now because, hey, we've got 6 versions of him.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, he fills in my masterpiece shelf. He doesn't. Every masterpiece you have will tower over these guys.
Yeah.
And also your masterpiece shelf is not just like the physical appearance, because otherwise you wouldn't have been buying the same toy every few years.
Mm-hmm.
It's the execution, it's the engineering, it's the extras, and this guy's extra is a box and wheels, and I hate the box and wheels.
Does he come with a roller? I can't remember offhand. I think he does.
I don't think
No
so.
roller? No roller. Okay, it was just a trailer.
A trailer. It looks like, and like it really sours my feeling for the rest of the line, and that's like the idea of already going especially after telling us we were going to, and they did say this, we were going to have 3 seasons of like Cybertron.
Mm-hmm.
Lies. Full blown lies.
What do you think? Like, me and Jason talked about this 2 weeks ago. We were trying to figure just like speculate in a fun way what season 3 or part 3 would be to this.
God.
What do you think? Because Jason was mentioning that Aaron Archer talked about Beast Wars, and I was like, maybe season 3 for G1. Because at least for season 3 with G1, maybe we'd get a new Hot Rod and a new Galvatron that aren't terrible.
2. It'll probably be season 2.
Oh, that'd be awful, because it's just
like,
more of the same.
Yeah, no, I would say like Beast Wars is not going to happen because unless there is a massive shift in the creative direction.
Oh, it'd be fun though, wouldn't it? Think about all the new things.
I'd love to see it, but right now the tone of this is safe as houses.
Yeah.
And Beast Wars is not safe as houses in comparison to this, so I can't see them ever doing it. And that's really bad, because there was a time where if someone said they might do a Beast Wars figure, I was like, yeah, they will. They do Beast Wars figures all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But they really soured my opinion of the creative direction of this line.
Yeah.
And people are going to say, oh, but look at the engineering. Look how much of a better version of the toy we've already got it is. And I'm just like, it's the same fucking thing. And it doesn't look that better. It just looks more of the same.
It looks more accurate in some ways.
Yay.
Yeah.
I'll spend £30 to get the same toy, but slightly more.
Yeah.
Like, I have trouble convincing myself to get repaints. So, I'm thoroughly underwhelmed. Like, it's amazing. Like, it really is only just 2 toys that are having this bad a taste in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a bad taste. It's a very bad taste.
Would you feel better if, say for a Wave 2, we get a Voyager or Leader Megatron, he's a tank, but he's G2 colours? Because I would be happy.
I want that. I'm amazed what they did last time, even though I don't think that turned out too badly.
It was incredibly the wrong decision, but it was not a terrible decision.
No, but it was clearly someone laughing at you specifically.
It felt like a personal attack. I think a lot of people who love G2 felt like they were attacked by someone.
But that's the thing. Like, okay, so you're doing these mold, but here's an interesting repaint. Cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's the reason I want to at least have a look at that Siege Megatron and Optimus with the game colors.
Yeah.
It's an interesting repaint.
And it could justify there being another tank Megatron, because you go, okay, when I say it would be a G2 Megatron, it would be a different mold. It would not be the same mold as the War for Cybertron Siege Megatron. It would be a tank Megatron still. It would be an Earth tank, but it would be in the colors of G2. Yeah. And then they could do as a premium Bandai exclusive, the G1 colors. Even though in my heart, I know that they do that the other way around. Realistically, I know that the premium Bandai, the premium Hasbro exclusive one would be the good one. The colors are cool.
The premium exclusive version would be Heroes Megatron in purple.
Yeah, and that would really annoy me. Or it would be the do you remember the Robots in Disguise line? The line that took place midway through, between Armada and Robots in Disguise and that, and it had that yellow
bludgeon. It was I remember him.
Is that one? And you go, no, stop it.
And every time they're like ringing you up and going like, "Hey Andy, it's what you wanted."
It's not. You lie. You lie.
John Warden just like, Andy, it's for you.
I'm happy to say it wouldn't just be it annoying me. It would annoy a lot of other people as well. Because it's wrong. Stop it. G2 Megatron.
You've done wrong, boy.
Yeah. We might get a decent Soundwave as well. So that would be nice.
I'm still amused that Evangelist is still the only person really cheering for that sound wave.
Oh, really? I mean, the robot mode's nice.
Yeah, kind of, apart from all the bad paint decisions.
Yes. Yep. But that vehicle mode was trash.
Yep.
Trash. I played with it. I played with Wayne's, and I was like, oh, no.
Was it trash?
I didn't think it was very good.
Was it Soundwave lies down and you fold over some panels?
The best thing about it was I thought the way that the feet folded away was quite nice. But I hated everything at the back of that robot mode, of that vehicle mode. It was so lifeless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Andy, he needed to look like G1.
I mean, I get the idea behind that.
So everything else must fall into G1.
You know what the real fucking diabolical thing about that toy was? The fact that they made Laserbeak have his Cybertron head, but made him turn into a bird instead of the weird thing he was in that episode. They should have done that. And like, I would have preferred him if they'd sneakily made him full on into a lamppost as a hidden mode, but it was his that was the reason they made him. It's like we're doing it. We're not selling because kids wouldn't want to buy a fucking lamppost. We know that you, the fan, wants to buy a lamppost because that's like how reflector.
He is. So it's like, yeah, he turns into a satellite. It's a camera.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just like no, he's a. This is don't worry, kids. Oh, lamppost. Don't worry, guys. We got you covered. He also turns into a ship, guys. Kids, yay!
Yeah, it's an upside-down submarine.
I think that would have been a better idea, at least in my opinion. You know.
Yeah.
But hey-ho.
Hi-ho.
Transformers toys are just not where I want them to be, at least for the most part.
Yeah.
And that's fine, you know. Swings and roundabouts. Things will come back around, yeah. Was there anything else that you saw? I don't think there was anything else that you haven't talked about.
Yeah, not Transformers-wise, as far as I remember.
No, well, I guess I'll ask you then, Mikey, what you been up to these past 2 weeks? What you done for fun?
I was on a bit of a trip that was kind of a holiday and kind of not. But I did have some time to do nerdy stuff. You
went all the way to the top of the country and all the way to the bottom, practically, didn't you?
Yep, basically. But I found on sale for a tenner Titan's Return Trigger Happy.
Oh, nice. That's pretty good price.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what, sure. So I picked him up, and I also picked up the Titan's Return 8-Face in the same shop.
Where did you find these?
It was a new small toy shop in Portsmouth.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice.
So 8-Face is fun, very simple but fun.
Yes.
The Trigger Happy, he's real good, but like if I bought him at the hype like when that toy was getting all the oh my god, it's revolutionary, I would have been very disappointed.
Yeah, I can see that.
The figure, the big thing it does the rotation.
Yeah.
That's it. The leg transformation I really not super into.
Okay.
The overall robot mode I think is real fun. I think it's got a lot of playability, and I really like being able to just swap out the hands for the guns and making it look very natural.
Yes.
I think that's really good. Good face sculpt. Like, overall, a good little figure for a tenner. Real good figure. For 16 or 20 after someone was going like, oh my god, it's amazing! It's the best toy ever! You need to buy this and Misfire and all the other repaints! And then getting it and going like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yep. Kind of like, I had that with Topspin, actually. Where everyone was going like, he's amazing! And I was just like, I think you're all just very excited about this rotation thing.
I still never got that mold at all. I missed them out because I just wasn't interested in those two.
Yeah, they're alright. Like, not crazy good, but not crazy anything. I also got in the post and finished building today the Flame Toys 4i model kit IDW Megatron Autobot version.
Oh, so you were crafting the whole day.
Yes.
Nice.
So I had fun with that. That's a real fun build.
Have you stickered his boobs, or have you left them natural and smooth?
I have, okay, so I was going to say, this is something that requires paint. Because his color, the way his colors are, most of his lines don't pop on the gray bits.
Oh, do you mean panel line rather than paint?
Yeah.
Or... Okay, right.
Yeah. Like his face really just sort of merges into itself if you don't pick out the lips.
Ah, okay.
And yes, the chest swirlies, they don't use the stickers.
Are they molded in, the chest swirlies?
They are molded in.
Ah, okay.
And like, I'm really surprised the Autobot symbol isn't molded in.
I think that's probably a good thing, so then you can choose.
Yeah, but they only give you one sticker.
Oh, well, repro labels, I guess.
Yeah, it's a good sticker in all honesty, and it goes on it goes on such that the chest piece then goes on and like it's constantly being pressed down, so you don't have to worry about it like rolling off at any point.
Oh, that's good.
I went with paint as much as I could. Still very new to that side of things, but I didn't have the right red. My red wasn't deep enough, so I ended up using the red stickers on a few of the like highlights.
Right.
But that's not bad. They're like a nice metallic red, and they're good quality. As an action figure, he's Voyager scaled. He is like a real good version of Alex's design. Very sharp, very interesting to see that like these sharp angles. Very good posability, excellent posability. In fact, I would say a notable step up in terms of overall build quality than the original Optimus Nemesis design.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, because he's the only other one you have. You don't have the Starscreamer or anything like that, do you?
I'm still planning to get at least Thundercracker and the IDW Optimus, but
Bumblebee?
Maybe. Depends. I don't know if I want to go full complete. Like, I'm not going to pick up Devastator.
No. Okay.
But
yeah, he was a weird design.
Yeah. But yeah, he looks really good. I would love to see like more IDW Alex Milne takes and things. Really hope they do a Tarn in this line as well, just for the option of not having to sell a kidney. Because I've been tempted a couple of times, but I still need that kidney.
That's true.
But yeah, like he's really good. If you're into the IDW design at all, if you're into Megatrons, he's just an excellent thing to build. Really good, I think, for a beginner builder, because he's not super complicated. There's a couple of bits where there's some small parts. He also has screws, which the last figure didn't have.
Oh, really?
In the hips.
Is that just to keep them tight or something?
To keep the caps from sliding off.
Oh, okay.
So overall, it feels like a more solid figure than the Nemesis. So I think, and like I really like the Nemesis. I think that's a real good figure and a real good time to build. But this guy just like feels like an engineering step up.
Right.
So I think he's well worth the time if you're into model kits, or if you're into IDW, or if you're into Megatrons or whatever, like, or just real good time. And that guy never transformed once in the comics, so it's completely accurate before everyone starts on about Action Masters. So yeah, I really recommend him. I didn't really have time for a lot of TV or anything. I did manage to get in my usuals and a couple of other things. I did do some gaming. Before I left, I finished Tales of Berseria.
Oh, yes.
I then spent about a week being compromised by Tales of Berseria.
How so?
That ending got me.
Oh, really?
Quite hard.
It didn't get me that much. I think because I was so blasé on the game, I just got really tired of it.
No, I really love the game. I came away with big feels for that one. I really enjoyed it. I think the writing's excellent. Like, not the best villains, but it's all about the
villains
characters.
are terrible, apart from Artorias.
I don't think they're terrible. I just think they're there to fill space so that you don't fight him immediately.
Oscar and the other lady are terrible.
I see what they were going for, because
they're
to mirror Velvet and Laphicet, but
they build them up like you're meant to care about them, and like you've got this big rivalry with them, and you don't.
I'm more annoyed by Maven.
Which one's Maven?
Magilou's one. Her mentor fella.
Oh yeah. I hated the fact that all of her backstory was either in non-talking dialogue or right at the end of the game, and actually both of them. The reason I also don't like Oscar and his sister are because of the double boss fight that didn't have to happen if she'd just taken her brother away.
Yeah, but
I got really fucking pissy about that, especially when they were like blaming Velvet for that. I was like, you caused this. You literally could have walked away.
Yeah, but everyone blames Velvet for literally everything. Except her crew of ne'er-do-wells and everything else. Everyone blames Velvet for everything.
But to be fair, for the most part, like, it makes sense why everybody blames Velvet, because they're hearing like a corrupt version of what's actually happening. Those two have no reason to stay there. They literally can just go, but they don't. And it fucking annoyed me. I was like, you stupid bastards.
But yeah, overall I really loved it, and yeah, the ending it's one of those ones like I just wanted everyone to be happy, even though it was not a game that was going that way. I really liked the ending for Laphicet.
Yeah, that was neat.
And apparently, like, I did a bit of checking, like, he is a big player in Tales of Zestiria.
Okay.
Because, like, I was going to pick up Tales of Zestiria there a couple of days ago, but from what I understand, apparently the gameplay is similar to Berseria, but the story doesn't hold up, and there's a lot of problems with how the characters are executed.
Oh, bummer.
And, like, there a lot of the characters that appear, because Berseria is a prequel, but it was made second.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, Eisen has a role to play in Zestiria, but obviously it's without accounting for how important a character he would be by the end of Berseria.
Yeah.
So, and apparently there's a lot of that. So what I'm going to do is watch the anime instead, Tales of Zestiria DX.
Oh, there's an anime of it?
Yeah, done by Ufotable.
Oh, alright. Okay.
So that is Tales of Zestiria incorporating elements of Berseria's backstory to try and make it all flow a bit better.
Is that anime meant to be any good, or is that meant to be like disappointing like the game?
Not a clue.
Okay.
But I know like things like there's a character in Zestiria called Maven, the Mavens, who are like lore keepers.
Right.
But I've seen a clip, just one short clip, and it was like they're talking about the Mavens, and instead of showing a flashback to a character from Zestiria, it's Magilu wandering around and like writing stuff down.
Oh, cool.
So like the Mavens are now have been retconned into being descendants of Magilu.
Hey.
I know Eisen's role is different because it incorporates Berseria. Velvet apparently makes a few kind of appearances, but kind of not. Like from what I understand, one episode is basically just Velvet's escape from prison.
Right.
But that's not like. It's not. I don't think it's like, and we're seeing both stories concurrently. I think that's just like, and here's Velvet's story, so there's context for if she shows up later. So, but I'm curious anyway.
Who's the poor man who was forced to surrender his seed to Magilu, though? You will do me. No. Yes, you will. No!
But then it's like she gets really weird about it. You're doing me. I'm not.
No.
I bet you are. No, I'm not.
We're
going to have a fun time. Oh God, I'm in the toilet. So am I. But yeah, I came away with big feels for that game. I honestly did. I really enjoyed it.
Do you want to buy that statue of Velvet?
Oh, that's so annoying. You can get a couple of statues of Velvet, something of Eisen, and a couple of little chibi things of Laphicet. And I'm just like, just do a toy!
Steins Gate all over.
Why isn't she got a Figma? Bloody Odin Sphere has a Figma. And no one knows what that is except me and like 5 other people.
I think I've heard of that. Is that the CG show that had a big cube in?
No.
Oh, then I don't know
what
it is.
It's a PS2 game.
Oh, I definitely don't know what that is then.
It's a good PS2 game. If it helps. But, so I'm just so annoyed. It's just like, like I take pre-madness forest lady Velvet in her village outfit. Like, even though I should say, like, as you were going through the game, you got those little costume parts. I spent a lot of the game trying to decide what would be the like Eisen had an eye patch for all of mine.
Oh, see, I gave him the swept back hair.
Velvet had a cowboy hat.
I only gave him the swept back hair once I'd done his side story and got his red outfit, because that was like he'd done his side quest. And it's like, oh, he pushes the hair back because he's serious now.
Yeah. But yeah, like Laphicet had glasses.
I wish he had a better outfit. I didn't like his mainly because he for the most part has a really lame dress like thing and then really shitty slippers. Like if he had at least cooler boots, I would have been fine with it. But it was just the dress and the slippers, and I was like, But
Velvet had to have a cowboy hat. Like it was the first costume bit I got, so she just put on a cowboy hat, and I was like, this kind of works. So the whole game, she's running around in the cowboy hat.
So you Dante'd her from DMC5.
Yeah, I did. But no, like, I'd really recommend the game to anyone who's into JRPGs. It's a bit different in terms of its gameplay, so that could turn you on or off. But, and yeah, it is very easy to fall into the trap of just using Velvet because her abilities are not broken, but very, very handy.
Yeah. I mean, that was my problem with it.
And also, like, the other characters will use a much wider array of abilities when you're not controlling them.
Mm-hmm.
There is a turn-based aspect to it, but it's very weakly implemented.
It's such a strange system. I don't. It almost felt like it didn't know what it wanted to be.
I have a feeling, but from what I understand, it's not that different from the standard Tales
I know.
setup. So
I know. It's weird.
I also Jesus. So since it was on free on PlayStation Now, I tried out Galgun.
Oh yeah, I know that game. It's a weird game. It's a very weird game.
It's a dating sim.
Yes.
Kind of. This was Galgun Double Piece. So you are playing generic Japanese guy, and you can pick whether you're intelligent, lewd, whatever. And then you are shot by.
What did you pick? I have to know.
I went with baseline because I didn't like. Just because it said lewd, most girls don't like you. So I was just like, does that mean you can't play well?
I love it. You went with basic bitch, intelligent, lewd. Could be. I was thinking you could be either of those two, and then you went basic bitch line. I went, okay. Mikey went the safe path.
But yeah, so the story, and they spend a lot of time in the story in this game, is that an angel is hired. It's her exam time, and she has to shoot you, so you fall in love with your one true love. And by shoot, I mean she has pistols.
Mm-hmm.
But then she sees a demon whose exam time is to make your life hell. And she panics, shoots you, but with the force of 32 different love arrows. So that means every single woman within a 100-mile radius now wants to bed you all at once. But if you don't find a girl to actually fall for you in the next day, everyone will hate you for the rest of your life.
That seems unfortunate.
And the angel is spending the entire time acting like this is your fault.
Okay.
Despite the fact it is entirely her fault. So you shoot pheromones and euphoria at girls until they basically orgasm into unconsciousness. So you can get past them like when going to school and things. But don't worry, Andy. If you can't get past them or there's a lot of girls, you can use Doki Doki mode.
Okay.
Doki Doki mode is when you basically grope the girls and they explode with euphoria and take out like 50 girls at once.
Like in real life.
Yeah, it's a weird little rail shooter. I couldn't stop laughing and I'm not sure why. I'm kind of glad I didn't pay for this, but I'm also kind of glad I played it.
Are you not disappointed that it doesn't have like gun gameplay?
Not really, I have to admit. Also, like, there's the main girls, obviously.
Sure.
And their sections are something else.
Okay.
Like, oh, she's stuck in a window. You get to choose your comments, none of which make sense to me. You've got to try to help her out, which is like basically make her relax so she can get out the window.
That's not how that works.
It's like, you've got to say, I'll help you, but you've got 5 options, one of which is, can I play your bum like a bongo? And I had to see what happened. Her response is, oh, well, I'm not really into that sort of thing. And you just have a voice at the back to think, she's much calmer about this than I was expecting. and like, there's just one bit where you tell her to take off her clothes because I'm trying to save you. And
okay.
And there's just no safe options. But no matter what she does, she's just like, oh, I don't know. She's taking this very calmly. It's very suspicious. But like, can I play your bum like a bongo is not something I ever expected to have to choose in life.
No.
But yeah, it's bizarre. I like I said, I'm glad I didn't pay for it, but I'm kind of glad I've experienced it.
Because it was something you were going to buy because it was on sale at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I was just looking at it in a shop and just like, this is fucking weird.
Yeah.
But yeah. I watch Kamen Rider 01. That continues to entertain. Things are starting to ramp up now. So nice. I haven't seen today's one yet. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I would say the last episode wasn't the strongest, just because it was a bit heavy on the way Japanese culture approaches the idea of clubs.
You mean nightclubs?
school clubs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But overall, it was decent. And we also got introduced to the Dodo Magia, who is just bizarre. And I saw Joker.
Okay, yeah.
I would describe it as good, but I would also describe myself as unmoved, and I did not find it a powerful experience.
Do you think that was a situation of overhyped?
Well, I avoided the hype as much as I could, to be honest.
Okay.
But my take is Joaquin Phoenix does a very good job with what he's given. What he's given isn't always great. I think his performance elevates the movie into the good category. I think it would fall into the okay if it was just based on the writing and the acting of everyone else.
Oh, okay.
I think De Niro kind of phoned it in, to be honest. But I also think like Heath Ledger's performance is the only reason Dark Knight gets the accolades it does. This is not a defining film of our age, in my opinion. It is not like one of the top 10 films, whatever people are calling it. Joker is an interesting examination of a psychological disorder, and I think it's good, and I think that's why a lot of people connect with it more than I do, because they just see the mental side of it appeals more. I have to admit, I looked at it far more as a film than that, and it's remarkably comic booky for something that said it wasn't going to be comic booky. And it's only not comic booky if you've only read a Batman story or a Superman story, and it's like the most generic superhero comic, you know? Like these kind of stories happen in comics all the time. Also, I would say it's probably a better movie about a guy called Joker than a movie about the Joker. If you get my meaning.
I've heard a lot of people say that, which is fine.
Yeah.
I would disagree with you about it just not being as good of a movie. I think it's so much better movie than how you feel about it, and there are other reviews as well that have people who also really like movies in general who also like it, and then some that are more in your camp as well who are just like it was okay. I think one of the strongest things about it is it wasn't a generic at this point generic superhero movie.
Yeah, but
there was no bathos, Mikey.
There was no bathos, but I would
Thank
also
Christ.
say I can't get too excited about that. Because
I can. I'm fucking sick of bathos. Do you not remember Thor Ragnarok?
No,
Jesus Christ.
I'm burnt out on the superhero genre now. Like, bathos or no. Like, DC didn't have a lot of bathos in their movies. They're just bad.
But Mikey. Mikey. Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse doesn't count because that's good. That's not good, that's excellent. And that is better than Joker. I'm saying it now. Come at me if you think I'm wrong. But you're
Very
wrong.
different films.
Very different film. Well, yeah, it's like comparing but still, I would say I would see Spider-Verse a lot more than I would see Joker if you gave me the option.
Yeah, well, yeah. The Joker's not a super like, let's go and have fun times and rewatch that. Spider-Verse is.
I went with a friend, and I have to admit, I think what for me was like, we didn't have much to say after it.
Oh, that's interesting.
And he seemed like he was going to broach it every now and then, but it just came away feeling like, I think we're both satisfied, but not blown away.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, again, I think Joaquin Phoenix, like, just blew it out of the water in terms of his performance, but, the big thing for me last week, though, was the miniseries Primal, or Gendy Tartakovsky's Primal, which, the first 5 episodes aired. There's going to be 5 more episodes next year, all from season 1. We don't know if there's going to be a season 2 yet. That was a powerful experience for me.
Okay.
That was one of the best animated series I've possibly ever seen. In my, like, it's very different. It's very artistic, very strange. Basic story: caveman and dinosaur team up. That is the basic story. But the visual storytelling here is out of this world. Very good character development for characters that don't say a word. Very good audio, excellent use of music, animation top notch. It is also brutal. The last episode, episode 5, is possibly the most violent piece of animation I've seen that's not got the word anime 1990s Erotsuka Doji something in front of it, you know?
Sure.
Like, short of tentacles shooting out at innocent young women in the middle of nowhere. This is something else in terms of brutality. But it's very emotional. it's hard for me to say anything. Like, I've seen people try and say some negative things, and everything, like, it just works. It's, if you liked Samurai Jack Season 5 for the most part, this is taking the maturity of that season and blowing it out of the water, really. Like, there is an extended scene of someone contemplating suicide.
Hey,
on
fun
a
times.
cliff. Yeah. There is a lot of time spent with PTSD. And it's really, for all that, it's about connections and how important they are. And it's also about a really realistic thing of just, like, everyone is on borrowed time in a world with... in the world that we all lived in up until very recently, you're on borrowed time. You get something or something gets you.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a key plot point in Primal, that this is the world, and it's neither kind nor cruel. It simply is. And your hero is someone else's villain. But no, really hugely recommended to anyone who likes animation. Really, really hoping they get the next 5 episodes out as soon as they can. Yeah, just cannot praise it enough.
It was cancelled, Mikey. They didn't have any toys for it.
You were born in hell! But hey, I'll just say this, Andy, if this keeps working, they'll probably get Symbionic back. Oh, they can't, can they?
Nope.
No, they can't,
Nope.
because they got screwed.
Because it was a Cartoon Network woo-woo deal.
Yeah.
So get fucked.
And they shot it in the head. But
Yep.
yeah, basically, I hope Primal succeeds gangbusters, because we'll get more stuff like this. Or people willing to, like, push the envelope.
Or Gendy being allowed to do something he wants to do.
Yeah, he just sort of wanders in. I wanna do this. What is it? I'm not gonna tell you. I just want to do it.
If I tell you, you'll say no.
Trust in Gendy. Gendy knows.
Mm-hmm.
But Andy, what was your week like?
I got a box in the post. So I got the Super Mini Pla. What's his name? Here's the box. Dino Caesar. You know Dino Caesar, Mikey? Don't you?
Dino Caesar.
Yes.
Oh, from the Dino the Not Brave show.
Do you know which show?
The second one?
No.
What show?
The old one. Zoo Rangers.
Oh God, Dino Caesar as in
The Dragon Zord?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Dragon Caesar, dumbass. I thought it was that Brave ripoff.
No, luckily, no.
Dragon Caesar.
Yep. So I got him. He's really neat. He does have some problems. He's quite expensive for basically being one small kit. I kind of wish his groin area would peg in the front. It only kind of pegs in the back, so it kind of splits apart a little bit in the front. And I wish his arms did a little bit more, but that's, all for the gimmick of him combining to those pieces to form the chest. But since, all the way back in the day, the original one had those pieces on hinges that swung forward, I kind of wish this did the same. And I also wish the mouth opened in the mouth, which it doesn't, which is a bit of a bummer. I really like how the tail's done in multiple segments, all on ball joints. Because, again, back in the day, that was all one solid fat piece. And you could never do his big, tail swish and the drill bit on the end go brrr. So he's neat. He looks really cool. I really like how he looks. I would say he's one of the best looking Zords, whatever you want to call them, in Sentai ever.
Yep, no, I dig him.
I think he great color scheme, great overall look. I mean, he's Godzilla, basically. Mechagodzilla. Yep. I'm sure that's what he was based off of. I'd be shocked if he wasn't.
No, he's very well known to be based off of Mechagodzilla.
That's what I thought. I wondered if there was one person, in the production team that was like, Mechagodzilla? Never heard of it. I'm Japanese. I've never heard of Mechagodzilla. You what? Nanny des?
His desk is just covered in Godzilla toys.
Don't look at my desk! Don't look at my desk! As he's quickly shoving everything off of it. No! Dragon Kaiser on the way!
Those were Ultramens.
Yes. A what? Ultra what? So, yeah, I got him and built him today. Not today, but built him over the week. That was a lot of fun. Also, he came with, because I also bought along with him, Soto D-End, who doesn't have like his gun because that was packaged separately. DN's really nice. He's a lot better than what I would expect a DN to be. His stickers weren't terrible, but I'll need to get the extra pack so I can give him his gun because a DN without his gun is a man that can't do anything.
Shit. He's just standing there getting his shit together.
He can't even transform because that is his morpher. Driver, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, it's the DN driver. So
that's right. Yeah, I mean, you can have a Decade without his guns because he's still got his belt. Can't do that with DN. So I really like him. I've been watching some animus, as I tend to do. I've been watching. Oh man, Mikey. Oh Jesus.
What?
I've been watching Gundam Build Divers.
Oh, Andy.
Do you know about Gundam? Because from that sound, it sounds like you know about Gundam Build Divers' reputation.
Not. I don't know it. I know it by reputation more than.
What have you heard about it?
It's not great.
No, it's really fucking boring. I think there's more going on in Pokemon than there is in Build Divers.
And Pokemon does real badly in terms of its viewership in Japan.
Like when I was talking about Pokemon there, I mean like Season 1 Pokemon. Because I don't know about Pokemon today. I imagine it's still the exact same show as it was. Because the only thing that's different is the art styles change very slightly. But, man...
Well, I will say, like, the Pokemon art style, like, I saw some clips. The art style's changed a lot.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. But I'm not willing to look because I don't care.
No, I'm not watching it. It looks terrible. But
yeah. But Build Divers. Build Divers is like Build Fighters, except without any personality or fun. Build Fighters, like I talked about this briefly last week, but now I've seen more of it. So it takes place in a virtual world where you go and you play your Gundams. They don't get blown up or damaged at all like they did in Build Fighters, so there's absolutely no stakes to any of the fights. So every now and again when you're like, oh, it's down between you and me, and I'm going to beat you, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The worst thing that happens is you'll lose some points in the game. So your ranking won't be as high, which isn't even a factor in the game.
Do you get sent to the Shadow Realm?
No. So there's absolutely no stakes to the fights. The first half of the show is about a guy who's using brake decals, which are allowing him basically to hack the system. And make Gundams more powerful than they should be, which is causing bugs in the game world that's going to destroy the game world. So it's like, okay, everyone gets together and beats that guy, so he stops causing bugs. There's a little girl who they found in episode 1 who was like, that's an AI. She was made in the game. And by episode 20, they go, she's actually an electronic life form. I'm like, yeah, no shit. She never leaves the game. She doesn't have a Gundam. The way that she talks and interacts with everyone is not like a human would. It's like, yeah, no shit, she's an AI. Come on. I know it's for kids, but come on. And now we're on to the final push, Mikey. We find out that she is because she's alive, she's causing bugs throughout the system and is going to destroy this virtual world. And people are like, okay, so we have two options. We can either let her destroy the game, or we can kill her.
I have a question.
Yes.
What significance does this virtual world have to the real world? Is it like...
It's a video game. It's like WoW.
Is it like Mega Man, where like, it basically controls the internet?
No.
Digimon, where it's basically...
No. It's a video game. It's World of Warcraft.
Yu-Gi-Oh, where they tapped into another reality?
No.
So basically, if this goes down, it's like when Fortnite died that time last week.
Do you know what the justification is for being like, we need to kill this artificial life form that we've just created? Don't ask me how that this fucking game was good enough to evolve its own new form of life. But the justification is everyone will lose their save data. So kill her. I'm like, are you, what? And there's a great line from one of the more serious characters who's like a tactician ferret, because that's his avatar. He's like, the guy, the like main champion of the things, like, he's not the main hero, but he's like the champion. He's like, I don't think we should do this. We need to find a way. And the ferret guy looks at him and says, there are millions of players on this. Don't be selfish. And I'm sitting there going, well, I guess we just got to kill the bitch then. Fuck her. can't have everyone lose their save data.
Oh wow, not your saves.
Not your saves. And I'm like, the way that you
She's alive.
She's alive, but fuck her. Fuck her. It's awful. It's so fucking. I was sitting in bed and I came across this and I was like, the only way you can write this to justify this idea, because they never justify it. The only way you could do it and justify it is by going, when she destroys the world that she's in, not by her own choice, of course, the world dies and she dies with it anyway. And that way you go, well, if we kill her off, well, at least the game will keep on going, since, if the game will die, she dies anyway. And I was thinking to myself, that's the only way you can justify this. Otherwise, you're just being a bunch of cocks.
Because you don't want to back up your save data.
Because you don't want to lose. The game would crash and you'd lose everything. The entire game would stop.
So this is literally like when Fortnite died.
Yeah, it's that.
But what?
So let's kill her.
Except somewhere in Fortnite there's a living being who actually no, if there was a living being in Fortnite who was killing the game, they would absolutely murder them.
Yeah, it's horrific. It's really fucking bad. I don't understand the fucking logic behind this, and it's so boring. There is you saw the Build Fighters OVA, didn't you? Which was silly and had a lot of dumb shit.
Fantastic. It was fantastic.
I don't think it went nearly as far as season 1 of Build Fighters, which went even further with its stupid ridiculousness. But it was fun and creative. There's nothing creative about this. Absolutely nothing. It is so devoid of creativity and feels like a product made for simple kids in Japan to look at and go, I want to buy the toy of that, or the model kit of that.
So basically, hey, stupid child, yeah, you want this.
It kind of feels like it. Because I feel absolutely no connection to any of the characters. They're all really bland. I don't care about the electronic life form because she is a basically quiet girl anime character who's sweet. So you can already imagine her character. That's it. Nothing else to her. And his rival is someone who whose gimmick is his avatar is kind of like an Oni, and he wants to feast on people's battle quality, and that's it. That's his entire personality. He has nothing else. Nothing else to him. Nothing else. I'm so aggravated with how bad the writing is for this show. I've never seen a show try to justify killing off one person just because it's an inconvenience to your video game. Again, in bed, I was sitting there going, well, let me put a gun to this child's head. I guess WoW's going down, isn't it? Oh, sorry, child. Is that okay? I don't know.
No.
It's so bad, Mikey. So bad. They got to the halfway point, and then for I think it was episode 12 on to 20, nothing happened. It was let's have a race. Let's have a... I can't even remember any of the other non-episodes that happened, but there's so many episodes where nothing happens. And another thing, I mentioned this before about last week to Jason about NPC characters and them not explaining if those are a thing. So the biggest guild, let's just call them guild, the cult forces in the thing, the biggest guild has loads of players, and it seems like there are no NPCs in the game, so it seems like there are people who guard the base for the forces. So in this world, people who probably work will come home, log into the game, and go on guard duty for however many hours, and just
go on guard duty.
There are guards for the force bases.
So they just go in and stand there.
They guard, seemingly, because they're not NPC characters, so they have to be real players who have decided to go into a video game where you can fight giant Gundams against each other, and have decided to...
And presumably pay for a subscription.
Maybe not. I think it's more important the value of their life rather than the monetary value behind it, because I can't imagine what kind of human being would want to play a video game. Imagine playing Skyrim and being I want to roleplay as a guard for the main towns. Can you imagine that?
I try not to right now.
Can you imagine that? Again, these are things that you're clearly not meant to think about, But because I'm so bored watching the anime, these thoughts are popping in my head. And you know me, Mike. I'm not someone who really loves to break down things while I'm watching them. I like to enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
But I can't here. I'm just like, well, this is fucking stupid. This is so dumb. I hate it. I hate it so much. But I'm so close to finishing it. I'm going to finish it off. I have also been recently, because I wanted to wash the taste of bland, generic terribleness out of my mouth. I decided to pick up a anime that Wayne recommended to me maybe 8 years ago, a long time ago. So I'm going to name it a waname. It's a waname.
A waname.
It's a Wayne recommended anime. A waname.
Oh, waname.
A waname. That's right. It's fun to say as well. Waname.
Waname.
The waname I'm watching is The Seven Deadly Sins. I'm sure you've heard of it.
I know of. I think I've seen an episode or two.
Yeah. It feels like a shonen show, but fun. It's enjoyable. It's engaging. The art style is quite fun. It is that shonen styled art, so it kind of looks like Fairy Tail, Naruto. It's that kind of art style, that look to it. But it feels like all of the characters being introduced at the moment are like ridiculously overpowered. They're like so stupidly strong. So any challenge they're going up against is like Goku, if Goku was Super Saiyan, like at the start of Dragon Ball Z. No, Dragon Ball. It's just like, no, go away. Go away. It's engaging. I'm enjoying it. It's pulling me in. I was reserved on it for the longest time because I was like, shonen series. And since my hero only has like peaks, it's very up and down show. My Hero Academia for me, because it seems, and it sounds like as well with the new series, just like, we're training for a tournament, and then it's like interesting bit here and there, and then we're doing more training, and it's just loads of training episodes.
Also, you have to, Rival is the best character.
Oh my god, I hate him. He's so lame.
He's a great character.
There's no, if there was just if Deku had like shot his dad by accident, I'd be. Fuck Deku, fair enough. I'm seeing where you're coming from, Kachan. But no, Kachan's just a cock. This is why I don't like him. Like, seriously, have one scene of Deku pulling a gun by accident, being like, ooh, I'm a hero, bang. His dad's dead. Fine, I'm on board. I'm on board with why he hates Deku.
We've had a murder. It's fine.
And Deku had a traumatic experience for Deku, so he's forgotten about it. He doesn't remember being a fucking murderer. On board, fine. Makes sense why he fucking hates him. Like, he'll tell everybody and everyone will be like, whoa, Deku, you murdered someone. He goes, I didn't kill nobody. As he looks at his hands and just sees blood covering them. Oh no, the memories are back. I'd be fine with that. But no, Seven Deadly Sins. Seven Deadly Sins is very entertaining at the moment. I'm enjoying it. It seems to only be at the moment 24 episodes, so it'll be fairly easy to smash through. Did I do anything else? I don't think I've watched anything else. I talked about Dragon Kaiser. Oh, I got a new game as well because it was on sale. It was on the Monster Deals for Humble Bundle. So I got a game called Prey. Have you heard of Prey, Mikey?
Heard of. That's about it.
Yeah, it's basically sci-fi, sci-fi because it wasn't sci-fi to begin with. Sci-fi Bioshock, or Bioshock in space. Is that
Space
sort
Shock.
of System Shock, which is it's that style of game, that style of gameplay. So you're on a space station, you wake up on a space station, and there are these Typhon, I think, are the aliens aboard. Where they are small creatures that can mimic things. So they can mimic any object in the game, which can make it a bit tense when you're going into a room. And you're like, was that beaker here the last time I came in? I don't know. So you gotta go and whack it you gotta poke it with a stick, basically go, are you a Typhon, you fuck? It seems to be good. I'm still very, very early on at the moment, but the gameplay is fun. You remember, Mikey, how in Bioshock there were sections where it would be good for you to do stealthing, but the game wasn't really built for stealth?
Yeah.
Here you have like a corner peek ability, which makes a massive difference when you're trying to be stealthy. And it's also quite funny to imagine because when you're corner peeking, the enemy can't see you, but you can shoot around a corner. So I like to imagine like your head's just like fully exposed around a corner with your gun poking out just underneath your chin, but the enemies can't see you. because your body isn't invisible, so I can't see you.
Mm.
But no, so far it's enjoyable. I don't really know how to describe the story at the moment, just because it is early on, and your mission seems to be blow up the station because these Typhon things can't get to Earth and spread. So it does at the moment doesn't seem to be that deep of a story, but maybe it'll expand as I go. Did I do anything else? Oh, no, I talked about finishing Bloodstained Ritual of the Night last week, so that's fine. So yeah, that's all I've been up to this week. Yeah, fucking disappointing ass anime. We're gonna do, I guess. Yeah, so Mikey, thank you for joining me again on the show this week. Oh, actually, we do have a question from Tentomon, if I recall. No, that's a Mandarake order. There it is. Okay.
You can give me a Mandarake order if you want.
I don't know. I don't want to give you a Mandarake order. Oh, the other thing I wanted to ask you earlier on in the show, which I forgot, was what was the model kit, the Gundam model kit that you were thinking of getting?
It was what's it called? The red something.
Red Frame Astray?
No. It was a red. It's a really famous one.
Charzaku?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember which one? Because there are a lot of Charzakus.
No. Like I saw it in the shop, and I was just like, oh, I don't really like Gundam. I might get it. I came back and it was gone.
Yeah. I like. If you like the designs of Gundam, I'd say it's worth it. If you want a good Charzaku, I'll point you out to the best one to get. Well, depending on scale, of course. High grade scale, which is my preferred one. I can tell you a really good one to get, which is like top tier. Anyway, thank you for answering that, Mikey.
To be honest,
question...
I think I'm honor bound to get a bear guy.
Oh yeah, you need a beggar guy.
Now I'm properly into like the painting side of modeling on at least a minor level.
Or because I don't think you know about it, you could get the Harrowpla.
What?
Yeah. You know Harrow, the little ball with the little face. You might not. Oh, you do. Okay. They did for this Build Fighter series, even though it appeared in like one episode. A thing called what was it? Harrowpla Battle Suit. So it's a Harrow in a little tiny mech suit. If I can get the.
Hang on, I'll just Google. I've got Google up. Harrow. Oh my god!
Have you found him? The mobile Harrow.
That looks like a machine life form that just had enough.
Doesn't it? Yeah, it looks so similar to a Nier Automata bad guy. I bet you could custom it very easily.
I'm sad now. I'm having flashbacks.
Yeah. Give him a bucket, Mikey.
No bucket. No one gets a bucket. There's no need for buckets.
Here you go, brother.
Shut up. Shut up.
I want to get this kit because it looks really fun. It's one of those kits that has like loads of little ports on it. So if you buy weapon kits and other like extras, you can make them stupid. So yeah, Harrowpla. That's something to look for, and it's cheap because it's not a big kit. Anyway, question. Hopefully Mikey is back for my JP/W question this week.
I'm not here.
Yes, you are. Like you have heard, have you heard of the, because I sent you this question earlier, Clayton Foriti? Is that how you say it? YouTube channel?
I think so. I think it's Clayton.
Clayton Foriti.
I think so.
Okay. So have you heard of it? Have you heard that YouTube? What is that YouTube channel for those like myself who do not know?
So around the time of Jurassic World was getting a lot of news, several YouTube channels opened up that were basically tracking it, and his one, he did news stories and a bit of gameplay, but eventually it kind of evolved into a bit of behind-the-scenes stuff and theory videos.
Oh, okay.
And now the
what sort of theories?
This dinosaur is going to be in Jurassic Park. This character is going to die. These became very, very popular. And the few, I'd say there's 3 or 4 of these YouTube pages that got very big. I stopped watching them once they turned into that.
I actually hoped by theories you meant like what megalomaniac companies making these things are terrorists going to get dinosaurs in future movies, that kind of thing,
that is also a thing.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Yeah. I basically, it's not for me, really.
Okay.
It's just not.
Okay, that's fair. And do you think the super hybrid concept deserves to be revisited in the future of the franchise as a whole, in brackets, comic books, games, toys, etc.? I do. But that's mostly because I want to see one that has gone insane from living in a small box. Well, didn't you see that in Jurassic World?
Yeah, that was what the
not?
Indominus was.
Yeah.
In fact, that was a major plot point that she'd gone feckin' nuts from isolation.
Yeah.
But no, they've already said that they're not going to touch on it again for Jurassic World 3.
Oh, they're doing a Jurassic World 3? Oh my god.
Yeah, that's out next year.
Oh my
later.
god.
Like, they've confirmed Alan Grant is back for it. So
Oh no.
People are flipping out about that. I bet it's a cameo.
That poor man. Poor Sam Neill.
I don't want to play with dinosaurs anymore.
No, you know what I'd do with Sam Neill? I'd do like either a remake or like Event Horizon 2, and I'd get Sam Neill
you know
back
what?
for
I
that.
just get Sam Neill on his farm tormenting his pig. He's really mean to that pig.
Do you think he chases it around with like a barbecue napkin on and like a knife and fork?
Or I don't know, but it seems like you're like, oh, I love my pig, but the pig needs to suffer. that seems to be the general take-home away of it.
Hang on, are you saying he's a tsundere with his pig?
Kind of.
I love you, Pig-chan, Baka.
Baka-chan, Baka pig. But I think I just don't see what else you could do with the idea that, like, they've done the Indominus, which was, here's the hybrid that's all the power and gone insane, and here's the Indoraptor, which is the attempt to mass produce it. Both got their asses kicked by normal dinosaurs.
Oh no.
But, like, you know, well, I suppose Indominus did better because it was 2 dinosaurs versus 1.
Well,
but,
isn't
like,
the next thing to do, like, controlling them? Like, Dino Rider style.
That was already played with the Indoraptor.
Did they actually put on, like, a harness for it where you could sit on it, though?
No, what they did was play with the idea of controlling it and training it.
I think we both know that the Dino Riders version is much better.
Yes, but they were going to, that was going to be on the cards at one point years ago. I'm not kidding.
Does that mean the heroes would have just like gained the trust of them, just like in Dino Riders, so the government or whoever the evil corporation would have been the frog dude?
Well, the way Owen's character evolved from the idea of basically
Owen
a guy
Wilson.
with attack raptors. Yeah. Not Owen Wilson, Owen Chris Pratt. That would have been different. But yeah, so a lot of the ideas of Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom are taken from a script, a couple of scripts there that were done up for the original Jurassic Park 3 or Jurassic Park 4 idea.
Oh, right, okay.
So to be fair, if they keep on going down that route, we'll get gigantic human dinosaur hybrids.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
that sounds like a weird, like, dinosaur sex furry book.
Yeah,
like the one I sent you for a joke.
Yeah, also, like, it took, like, 2 days for Primal to get porn. Just popping up in the Primal tag. Like, 2 days.
I mean...
Like, they did not hang around.
I mean, you know, if they make it, they will come.
Yeah,
C-U-M.
She's so much bigger than him.
It doesn't matter. It's not about the size, Mikey. It's about the love between a man and a T-Rex.
But he'd have to have a little pit helmet.
It doesn't matter. Love conquers all.
Oh god, it'd be like when they went into Hillary Clinton in South Park.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
But no, I just don't see anywhere for the idea to go now. Really, they've already done it twice. It was like, I like Jurassic World. I appreciate a lot of Fallen Kingdom, even if I see a lot of problems with it.
Okay.
But I think focusing on the idea of these animals in the wild, in areas where they can encounter normal people, without going to they're stuck on an island thing, has a lot more story potential than here's another hybrid. Especially since the hybrid designs are not exactly the most inventive things in the world.
But how many times can people get stuck on an island?
Well, they don't have to do the island anymore. They're all loose in America.
How about we just do the smart thing and do Dino Crisis and put it on a space station?
Yeah, put it in the worst Dino Crisis.
Yeah.
Not the
Sorry, you mean the best Dino Crisis. You misspoke.
No, the worst one. Dino Crisis 2 is the best one. Dino Crisis 2 is the best one.
Are they on a space station? Exactly.
Back in time.
Exactly.
It's weird. Or not so much back in time as time has materialized in the present. It's weird.
Dino Crisis is just weird, though, to be fair. Actually, the first one is just... That makes sense. It's just Jurassic Park.
It's just Resident Evil with a T-Rex.
Yeah, arcade Resident Evil.
But no, I'm quite happy to retire the hybrid idea and just move on with here's these dinosaurs as part of the world. Like, Battle at Big Rock really worked because they just played on the natural world aspect.
Mm-hmm.
And like, these people were just on a camping trip. They thought they were safe, and then it turned out they weren't. And also traumatizing a small baby.
I thought you were going to say they were all on an acid trip.
I bet they wish they were. Actually, no, traumatizing 2 small babies because they have to have twins, don't they, for child acting?
Do they? Probably.
Yeah, for babies. I know. I'm not sure past a certain age, but it was a robot Allosaurus shoved through a window as the child is screaming. So, trauma.
It's fine. They'll grow up to be fine, productive members of society, I'm sure.
There's a lot of stabbing in their town.
Oh, Mikey, can you imagine just like in, say, 20 years when, they're 20, one of those big realistic dinosaur costumes comes around the corner and they just start freaking out.
Or like realistic, the one with the T-Rex that goes around all the time.
Yes,
that just comes around, he sees the memes and he just starts screaming.
He starts having Nam flashbacks to the movie set. Oh, that'd be great. Well, I mean, not great for them, but man, it'd be funny in a really morbid way.
Great for us.
Oh yeah, that's all that matters. And tell Jobby he is a man of culture, Swivel Man.
We'd love to if we can pin him down.
That's the thing. Yeah. Yeah. Did you enjoy his video this week, Mr. Mikey?
I think he is far too hard on himself for his own creativity.
Yeah.
I think that if it wasn't for that creativity, his work would not have the appeal it does.
I would agree.
And it has a lot of appeal because I think it's fair to say he puts in some of the most ridiculous amounts of work of any toy reviewer we've ever seen, and we've been down this block for a long time.
It's true. Yeah. I also enjoy his new costume of just wearing the sunglasses and no pants. No pants, so it feels like he can deliberately stand up often to the camera and just like slap himself. It's like, oh no. No, I really liked his Swivel Man music video. That was fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
And generally, the guy's got good music chops.
Yeah, it's annoying because he's really good at it. So he's not only good visually, he's good audio wise as well. Talented motherfucker.
You're just going to have to marry him.
Yeah. Also, Mikey, we're going to have to sort out the comic show for last month at some point. And then also do whenever this month's is as well.
Yes, we had tech issues and a billion other things, and then I went away.
Yes. So. You bastard.
We did record it, but we don't have the Patreon recorded.
Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned that. So we can sort that out at some point.
Yeah.
Mikey, where can people find you on the internet if you want them to, of course?
You can find me on Twitter as Irish Paleo, and I'm on YouTube as DWolfie3. And if you would like to leave us any feedback, you can do it on the moonbase2@gmail.com, or you can send us a message over on Twitter, on Facebook, on Libsyn, on CC Bunker, on other places I'm sure I'm forgetting.
That's fine.
Send us a message so we feel included.
Woo! I would agree, yeah.
Andy, what about you?
You can find me on Twitter as CCTFW, on YouTube as Cobra Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on the Moonbase 2 forums, on Libsyn, on iTunes, on Facebook, on YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast, and on the ccbunker.weebly.com as well. And you can head over to patreon.com/Moonbase2 for the extended version of the show. The extended version of From the Files to Teletron 2. Also a week early, in theory, when we don't do a massive muck-up like we did this time round. And also you get the Moonbase Woo Woo, where we talk about non-Transformer things, which will probably be horror or somewhat Halloween-y themed this month, just because it makes sense, and we'll figure out something to do.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah, why not? So anyway, thank you again, Mikey. It's nice to have you back again, back in the home, our home.
Our home in each other's minds.
Where we both live forever. Hell. And until next week, everybody, we will catch you for another episode of Moonbase 2.
Bye-bye, kids.
You are now leaving